You'll hear the trumpet sound to wake the nations underground. Looking for my God's right hand as the stars begin to fall. You know the song, my Lord, what a morning. My Lord, what a morning. Oh, my Lord, what a morning. When the stars begin to fall. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome back, y'all. Please keep eating because self-care and sustainable advocacy is cake. Because if y'all have not had that strawberry with the cream, but I have heard that the Holy Spirit is in the chocolate as well. So, but as we come back together, I wanted to, because we are in a marathon of some beautiful, joyful justice today, are we not, friends? We were here last night. We got some powerful, like 5, 6, 7 hours. My little evening glass of wine told me how many hours it was. And then we were here when they said breakfast at 7. Some of us actually rose at that time, thanks be to God. And we are continuing to pour into ourselves. So I'm not here to give you all of the hard and heavy, hard-hitting tools, because let's talk about how the brain works when it's full of food and when we have had our first couple of sessions today. But what I would love to take a moment to do is remind you all that part of learning about the sustainability of this work is the sustainability that we practice for ourselves. Because we know, we've heard it before, that you can't pour out what you don't have, right? We cannot share with others what we do not have for ourselves. We cannot share stories of faith if we aren't practicing asking ourselves the question of, where is God present in my life? We cannot share good news if we don't have a regular practice of gratitude. We cannot invite people into fellowship if we do not have a supportive circle that are the ones that we can go to and say, pray with me, pray for me, when I don't have the words. So I just want to ask you, before you go into your next continued adventures about all the ways you're going to creatively pour into the ministries that you're passionate about and into other people, I want you to answer 3 questions for me. What are 3 things that you regularly do that give you energy, give you joy, give you rest? Things that you lose time when you're doing? Things that you aren't thinking about what they're going to accomplish. They are just a source of, my goodness, what grace and gift there is in the being. It might be being with grandkids. It might be when you are taking the dance break. I promised the little kid and play action, right? We mentioned the kid and play earlier. Oh, yep, y'all don't remember that? What about Hammer Time? Dun, 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 dun. Come on now. I don't know, Bishop, they may need a demonstration. I don't think they remember. I don't think, we're gonna bring Sandy up. All right. But there are absolutely times that I have a deep spiritual connection that at times I need a little reggaeton in my life. Because there's nothing that will like make the parts that don't move without arthritis medicine any other time, but the little reggaeton will make them move. Little Motown does some of the same thing too. But what are some of the things? Shout them out. Just tell me, what do you lose time doing? What is such joy that you are not thinking about what's next when you're doing it? When you can get the lines right, there is some sacred satisfaction in that. For those pattern folks of us, We know that's a personality type. Come on now. Ooh, washing dishes. Ooh, okay. All right, come on, play in the water. Yes, okay. What else we got? Ooh, gardening. Get some hands in the soil. Feel it. Yeah, that I know quite a few people who can lose time in the dirt. Being with your people. Being with your people. Oh my goodness, the way that me and my third office are absolutely, I got the 2 on the ground, and then I got my little camera holder Zoom station on the dashboard. I would take a meeting there anytime. Yes, Lord. And let me see if I'm the only one who does this. Tell the truth, shame the devil. You got home, and you could go right into the house. You right in that car. You right in that car. You right in that car. Yep. You're going to finish the song. You're going to finish the call. You're going to be there in the peace for a moment. And then let's do that one more song. You just lean the seat back just a little bit. Watch the neighbors, be a little nosy, get a little information in, what people up to. And you just sit there, you're like, that house will still be there in 10, 15 minutes. So if you don't have 3 things that you are not thinking about the thing you're going to do next when you're doing them, please get them. Because having 3 accessible things that you can do as a de-escalation practice is going to heal your soul and keep you sustainable in the work of justice more than any fabulous and overpriced book I can tell you to read. After your 3 things, tell me about 3 people. Who are 3 people that you can be a non-performing, unguarded, authentic self around? That you do not have to be happy if you're not. That you do not have to be cheerful if you're not. That you don't have to, and if they are here with you, then yes. And it's important to not just have one, because we also need to recognize that other people have capacity realities too. And so if we are putting all those emotional and spiritual eggs in one basket, then there can become some anxiety that develops around that relationship. Because, oh my goodness, if they're not accessible, if they can't pick up the phone, if I can't see them, if I lose them, there now becomes a sense of fear of loss and pressure that can actually make the relationship not the place of healing rest that we need. It is very important that you not have just one person that you can be your authentic, unshielded self with. And there is a beauty in paying someone to be that person. Team Portico is my vehicle of the Holy Spirit. That is our insurance in the Lutheran Church, because trust and believe that the joy with which I look forward to my monthly therapy check-in is holy. Because it is someone that I know I do not have to protect. I would love to be able to tell every one of my feelings and experiences with the church, but I'd be like, I can't take somebody's faith like that. So I don't take that home all the time. So generally, my wife is one of those people. She is one of my people. I can be as goofy, as silly, as cynical, as ridiculous as I want to be in space with her. But there's not everything I'm going to take to her, because I still want her to go to church on Sunday. So I have a therapist and I have a spiritual director. That's not just something they tell you as a good idea because they need to check that box. I promise you it makes a difference. But needing to have those people. So who else are there? They can be a therapist, they can be a spiritual director, they can be a spouse, they can be a Bible study member, they can be people that are in the fellowship of your order. Where else do you find these people? Because I tell you, this one is the hardest one. The number of people that I have talked to that said, I cannot honestly say I have 3 people that because of my role, my job, my sense of community responsibility, that I can really take the guards off and just be wholly myself with in any mood, place, or space. So where else can we find these people if we don't have them? Go ahead, the ASPCA. Sometimes we have to talk to Jeremiah the cat. That's what I'm talking about. Can Jeremiah pray with you? He has a very prayerful purr. That's what I'm talking about. Where else? We had another one over here. Gym buddies, especially because there's so much healing in just letting out the energy, that sometimes that gym circle, those gym buddies, and because when you're being really physical like that, I've had a lot of folks that say they're outdoor activities, they're walking buddies, they're wilderness buddies, they're camping buddies, the people that they're able to be doing embodied things with. Whether it's the dance club, the hiking group, or the yoga class, finding people that are also seeking release can be a wonderful place to find a place to be authentic with. So, who are some of those people for you? Where else are you finding those 3 people that you can trust? Sometimes it is absolutely people that you share a call in ministry. I have a clergy group that I meet with on Zoom, and we are actually very specifically not in the same denomination because, we all know each other. And so sometimes it's nice to have a space where, me and my Quaker friend and me and my Mennonite friend and me and my Buddhist friend, my Unitarian friend, we can text thread each other and be like, yo, this wild. But we can also pray for and hold space for each other because we're not anxious at the same time. We're not electing somebody, or we're not going through a reunification, or we're not figuring out our new job duty or navigating some denominational changes at the same time. So when my Unitarian group member and they were rewriting their core values, and that was a really big conversation in that denomination, and we were able to just hold space and pray with her. And then when our Quaker friend they were engaging, they were getting a lot of political pushback for some recent movements that they'd been a part of, some lawsuits they were a part of. That's where the Lutheran and the Methodist and the Episcopalian were able to really hold space and pray. So don't underestimate the power of people that are different than you, that have enough overlap to understand, but maybe come from different perspectives. There can be tremendous gift in not being the same. So having that open mind, that willingness to make a commitment to regularly participate and check in with relationship with folks who get it, who are in the same context, who are in exactly the same area, exactly the same field, exactly the same denomination, but also be open to the possibility of folks who might not understand all of it, but understand the importance of praying for you in it, even if they don't know exactly what it feels like, and maybe having a balance between the two. Now, since we know our 3 people, we know our 3 things, I ask you what about 3 places? What is your sacred place that you can retreat to where you are deeply and profoundly aware of the presence of God? The kitchen. Yes, we got a whole team, we got a network of dishwashers at Spiritual Care right here. I love it. Bedroom can be a place, absolutely. Where else? Ooh, the beach, yes, the ocean babies know that this is holy and healing space, especially when you can go there and it's not like all crowded and you can just be next to the ocean and feel the immensity of it all. Yes. A nice trick to remember is that when we're thinking about our 3 places and spaces, at least one of them should be very easily accessible. Like if your 3 places are, I love the vacation home 6 hours away. Hawaii is one of my places, right? At least one of your 3 places needs to be easily accessible. That you can get to that within a few moments, but at least one of them needs to also have some distance. Because if you are engaging in really stressful activity, if your brain can't find distance from it, sometimes you need your body to find distance to help you. So like if one of your safe spaces is your bedroom or your kitchen, one of them should be a place that is definitely not connected to your home. Because the home is a place where you do a lot of work, you do a lot of activity. And so if you reach a stress place, an exhaustion place, a frustration or helplessness place, you need a place where you can separate and get outside of the hustle and bustle, where there's not so much noise that it's hard for you to hear God. And so, like I absolutely have a sacred space. I have a little altar next to my favorite desk and my little like picture collages up there, and I have a collection of crosses, and it is absolutely my place that I feel inspired and creative. But I also have a little pond in a local park that has a bench, and it's accessible, but when I need that change of pace, when I need to slow my brain down, I can go there, and I just, like, it's like every spiritual that I forget the lyrics to pops into my brain when I am beside that water. And then another one is a little place in West Virginia called Berkeley Springs. And that's actually there are hot springs. West Virginia has hot springs. Right. And it's like one block, 1 square block is but it's like an actual protected park. And they still have an old bathhouse from the time of like George Washington. There's a little George Washington's bathtub in the park because it was supposedly a little place in the hot spring that he dipped into. But, you know, for $20, you can do 15 minutes, $40, you can do 30 minutes, and they'll give you like a little private room where you can soak in the hot spring water. And it is transformative. It's all this mineral water. It was a healing space that the indigenous folks, the Susquehanna, utilized during their time stewarding that land. And I feel the spirits of the ancestors, and I also get lovely glowing skin and have beautiful purging of toxins while also in the mineral spring water. But having those places be spread out where some require a commitment from me and take me really outside of my busyness, as well as some that I can access when I just need a 15-minute reset. That's really important. So there are so many self-care for activists that, and I will send you, this PowerPoint, just ideas, but my favorite, because it is so simple, because you could write it on a note card and put it in your wallet. But how many of you have an active self-care plan and routine? The dearth of hands, y'all. How many of you are actively engaged in justice work? How many of you experience lots of contact with other humans on a regular basis? How many of you experience stress or tension, exhaustion, or frustration as part of the work that you do or the advocacy that you do? Wait, hold on, let me see that hands again. So I saw the hands for the number of people that work with other humans in this wild time. I saw the number of people that engage regularly with multiple people in a course of their daily life who are engaged in the work of justice or advocacy, ministry, or outreach, which does not always bring us into contact with people in their best selves. Now tell me one more time, how many of you have an active, intentional self-care plan where you regularly check in on participating in the activities that keep you sustainable? Okay. Well, I feel like my work giving y'all next steps is done. Beloveds, do you believe in the work that you do? Do you believe in the beloved community? Do you believe that all people are made in the image of God? Do you believe that all people are sacred, not only beautifully and wonderfully made, but as Psalm 139 says, knit together with intention in their mother's womb, that they are created to be teachers and preachers, and to have different gifts and ideologies and ideas and areas of creativity, that each and every person on this planet has something worthwhile about them and something that they can share for the building of beloved community, for the betterment of humanity, and to live into God's calling on their life, because each and every person has one. Why are you believing that about everyone else but not treating yourself as if you believe it to be true about you? My friends, you're about to go into your next round of workshops, and I cover you with prayer and with blessing for times of sacred learning and community. But I also invite you not to go into those spaces as fixers only, but also as participants in beloved community, as receivers of grace, as models, because if people cannot see you care for yourself, how are they going to learn to care for themselves and to care for others in healthy, sustainable ways? If you know the importance of modeling through prayer, you know the importance of modeling through ministry, do you think that it is any less sacred for people to see you give a resounding and holy no? I don't have the space for that on my calendar, but I will absolutely cover you with prayer as you find the right person who is called to that task in this season. My friends, you look gorgeous from up here. You look faithful and beautiful, diverse, dynamic, intelligent, gifted, and excited. So go forth knowing that the blessing is already in you, on you, and upon you. We cannot be this close to Pentecost without y'all knowing that the Spirit is not just in the other people that you tell, hey, the Spirit is in you, but that it resides in you, that it is a sacred gift of your baptism. And that when you share with others, You share what is already residing within you. So my friends, go forth from this space, go into your fabulous workshop spaces and carry with you the blessing of the Holy Spirit and nurture and tend that flame the same way you would nurture and tend any gift that resided in another human. Because you are beloved and beautiful.